I'm Shorty Q, and if you knew what it do, I hope you come part of the Q crew. It's free to subscribe. This is voice of reason type content. Let's get back into one more segment of the tea I be sipping in the background. Shout out to Diamond's Life because I wouldn't know nothing about these two unless I was following her. Oh, and though um they also followed up with the tea on his messy tea Mondays. But so this is Carmen and Corey that were on the channel, on the YouTube channel. They had a couples channel, and they are recently have filed for divorce, allegedly. And they, I really feel like Carmen is serious because of the things that Corey has done to her is non-negotiable, and she's just fed up. She's tired of being there for him and him not reciprocating. And I don't blame her. Everybody's been rooting for her to move on because he's just not doing as he should do for his wife. And we are now talking about the guy that she's now talking to, which is Michi. And they started to pursue, what I don't know what to call it because they were really still in the talking phase, going into the dating phase, and they were just calling each other's crush. And Carmen seemed to reciprocate the same feelings, and they both were kind of pursuing each other. Now, everybody seems to be mad at Carmen because she has broken things off. Now, in my opinion, the woman is still married. She's in the process of going through divorce. She hasn't completed the paperwork. I don't suggest anybody to pursue anyone who's still married in the first place. Rule of thumb, it was not worth entertaining in the first place. It was doomed for disaster regardless. And I speak to associates and that have gone through this same thing that confided in me and told me that they were talking to somebody who's still is going through a divorce and end up still being married and not divorcing anybody. And or on the other end, they still stayed with them and they just never divorced, but they stayed separated for like years. And I just like, for me personally, even before people confided in me about their situations, I would never entertain anybody who's still going through a divorce. Holla at me when you are completed with that paperwork, and I need to see it. I need to see the receipts. I ain't for play. Right. Period. Rule of thumb, Michi. Anybody like really like homing in on that or has actually said that, it was doomed to fail regardless. And then she has expressed in little words that she wasn't really ready for a serious relationship at this moment. And I think she thought that he was aware of it and that he was going to take things slow, but he started to fall deep. Everyone kind of saw it, that he was falling hard. She must have checked all his boxes, and I think she felt the same way too, but it was just the wrong timing. And now everyone is mad at Carmen because, she broke things off. Respectfully, though, she said that she spoke behind the scenes, that she was not ready. And when she did a video with a friend, it kind of was, I think, like Michi felt some type of way that he was kind of like mocking at him, that she broke things off. And in his situation, anyone would feel some type of way. I'm not going to disregard his feelings, not at all. But I don't feel like anybody's really fully understands Carmen's feelings. I do feel like she was really serious about him in a way, but I felt like she could not get there because she was just not ready. Emotionally, she was not ready. Because they were public, their relationship was still public, like her previous relationship, she probably started to feel like ill about that and wasn't feeling that part, and maybe it started to remind her of where she already went through, and she just did not feeling that. And I don't blame her in that sense. I would feel some type of way possibly too. I see where she was coming from, but everyone is mad at her because she really kind of went hard at him to choose her, because she even went on a dating show with him to confess her feelings and everything. And so it's kind of like they feel like that basically she misled him, but I feel like she didn't realize she wasn't ready until he fell hard for her. I think that's kind of what happened. But rule of thumb, should have never pursued her anyway in a serious manner or went too hard, regardless of she wasn't ready or like she didn't realize it, because the paperwork wasn't final. That's just in my opinion. But I have a video that I wanted to react to, to go into further detail. I just wanted to keep y'all up to speed into the tea. And now we're going to get into the current tea that's going on right now. And this is from the tea room. Let me do it right. Make sure to remember my headphones. And you guys, I am tired as heck. I do apologize. I'm sleepy.
In Prime's comment section, someone states, "Nah, she fake. I respect you and Michi even more, cause whoa, y'all kept it 100. She creating fake content." Shaking my head. Now they're speaking on Carmen here. Someone else states, "Even if her and Michi are just friends, I would have told my sister, relax, be nice. That's my friend. He was a good person," instead of giggling. I could say more, but I'll be praying for Carmen and Michi. Another person states, "Not gonna lie, Michi probably the sweetest dude I've seen on YouTube, especially sweet with every female he has linked with on here so far. For her to do that to him shows her character. He really do got a big heart." So people are turning against Carmen. So Carmen went on to Instagram and she stated, "My God."
Again, in Carmen's defense, Michi is a nice guy. I can tell. I came across his videos a while back, and I think it was still through Diamond's Life. I'm not for certain. And he seemed like a nice guy, but I didn't tune in fully. I don't feel like he was my cup of tea of content that I would consume. But I could tell he was a nice, genuine guy. So if someone said anything out of pocket or out of line, and then I would be like, no, that's not what I saw off of a couple of videos I looked at, which was literally only a couple. And I tuned out. So even with all that being said, I don't see how people are saying it's a judgment of her character when she told him that she wasn't ready. Actually, all you can do is just respectfully be understanding of that, even though it'll still hurt you, because love is a risk. No matter how the ball falls, love is going to be a risk. So you are going to have, if they're not feeling that way, if things continue and then y'all may not align anymore, things like that happen. So it happened sooner because I just feel like it was bad timing. They could still reconnect. But okay.
Heart is up. I'm not cold. I'm tired. I'm not mean. I can't handle another disappointment. I'm not pushing anybody away. I just need to know if you are here to stay. I adore love in all forms, but I can't handle anything less than real. My love goes above and beyond. Now, in my opinion, I'm going to say I don't think that Carmen should have went that hard on Michi in that video, but I do get what she was doing. Like I stated in my previous video on this topic, Carmen is not trying to be tied to another relationship. She's trying to build her brand solo, which is the best thing to do. I mean, because you can be in a relationship today and then not tomorrow, and then people are going to stop watching your content because they're solely here to see you guys as a couple. So when you break up, it's like you have to build your brand over again. And Carmen,
I feel that. Just like I was trying to mention, I don't know if I said it, but like she's trying to grow and build on her own. Like she said, have her own brand, her own money, her own income for her kids, her family on her own. And just like she said, why would I have someone else tied to that in order for me to get my income? I don't want to be relying on anyone. And that's understandable. Like I said, maybe some months later she may be able to do that. But even when I heard that statement, it almost felt like she felt a little traumatized a little bit. I can't lie about trying to go through that again when she was referring to peace. So, I don't know. Just my opinion of what I've observed so far of hearing that statement she said.
Has already done that from Corey, so she doesn't want to go through that again. So she doesn't want to be linked to another relationship.
Before they claim you.
So this is to hear her on the radio station after the interview with her friend that I was referring to earlier.
I was not.
That's not what happened.
That is what it is. He was claiming you and shit. Okay, yeah, like he was more open about his feelings, and I wasn't. And then when I talked about,
but you weren't trying to be on that type of time.
Yeah, and I feel like we knew that, like privately, but when it came down, people would say different things. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
So I feel like social media kind of ruined it for me. I would say.
Sounds about right.
No, he right.
It is annoying if we had a conversation behind closed door and then we're in front of other people. You kind of moving different. Really? After hearing it again, she was referring to social media ruining it. But I don't know if she really met that fully, but that's kind of what I got from it. But also, have you ever been in a relationship, not even in a relationship, have you ever been in a talking phase? And because I was in this situation before, where you told somebody that you just wanted to be friends, or you didn't want to have a relationship right now, or you just didn't want to pursue anything at the moment. You appreciate the offer or whatever, but you don't want to do anything, like anything to that effect, right? And then they go behind your back, would talk to your close friends or their friends that also your friends, etc. Or you hear rumors that they already claiming you as a girl. I know a female. I've never seen a female do something like that. To that full effect. I definitely experienced the men doing that, and I have other men come to me and say that that's their girlfriend and all that type stuff. And I'm like, girl, is that your boyfriend? And they be like, girl, no, what did he tell you that? Or like in my experience, I was so pissed off. I was like, I told this man that I was not interested in him. And he still thinks that he's going to pursue me. He's going to win me over. He done told everybody that I'm his girlfriend. And then when I go and I'm innocently coming in the room, talking, having a good time, everybody is under a totally different impression about me and him. And I'm sitting here looking like a fool, like, what the hell are y'all talking about? Girl, he's trying to be with you. He cool with you. But I hope that's not what she was saying, what was going on, because
Girl, it wasn't by.
But I digress.
He should have knew.
That was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Comment below if that ever happened to you. That still makes me mad. Like, that's so disrespectful to me. But anyway.
But I don't know. I do take responsibility because maybe I could have delivered a little bit different. And maybe show just respect because he felt like I was throwing shade at him and laughing. Then my friend was like, same thing.
If y'all not on the same page, you can't be going forward with nothing like.
Now, she did delete that video that everyone thought was messy that she did with her friend. I told you guys. Previously, that video is no longer on her YouTube. Now, this is what Michi had to say about being sad and hurt about.
Yeah, like the video I was referring to. She's deleted it. There is some clippings of it on other people's channels for me to retrieve it, but I wasn't going to do that. When I saw the snippets that someone else reacted to, I could see how he could have took it that way. Everyone else that watched it did, but I didn't take it that way. I didn't think it was that bad. She was just speaking her truth about how she felt, and I don't think she personally was being shady, but they were like the friend was doing too much. But I think all she was doing was just co-signing that she just did not, that it was almost unacquitted. Like, she was like, because she thought that they had an understanding. But anywho,
the situation with Carmen.
I'm sorry, Misha, I really wanted you to be happy. I'm happy, y'all. What the fuck you talking about? Hey, listen. Don't get being sad as in, like, you know, I'm not, like, happy in life as an individual. Like, I'm super happy in life. God blessed me in so many different ways. He blessed me to where I can even bless others, you know what I mean? So I'm so grateful for where I'm at in my life. Let's not get it twisted, y'all. Don't get it fucking twisted now.
honey, they got it twisted. Because, like, every time I heard his responses and everything, I'm just like, he seems to be fine, but everybody else is making it seem like he is so depressed or low. Like, he's understandably feels sad. He feels some type of way, as anyone would in that situation. But I'm like, I feel like he's respectfully understood and, you know, he's going his separate ways for now. So I don't understand why people keep on going down Carmen's throat like it's fine. Like,
No, sad, you know, if his stuff ain't been working out. Whatever the case may be, then that's cool. That's human. I'm human, you know what I mean? A lot of men don't like to show that shit, but it's all good.
One thing I need in my life right now is peace. She also says, this year I want to keep things private as much as I can. Now, Corey seems to think that this whole situation is funny. He comments on his Twitter, tough, with the laughing emoji.
and this is her soon-to-be ex-husband.
Now, tough is a term that Michi and Prime use a lot, so people felt like Corey was definitely trying to be funny.
I've heard plenty of other people use tough. That's just another slang word, so that is starting to circulate. I'm almost starting to catch on to it, so I don't think that's a big deal. I don't think he fully took it that way. He put the laughing emoji to already insinuate what he meant by it, so. I mean, he got dumped too, so I don't know why he's laughing. Oh, so that's it right there. I'm not going to react to his live. He's a clown, honey. When I saw some of it, he just sounds like he sounds toxic, because he still was talking about what he could bring to the table material wise, when what she was asking for is something that was beyond materialistic things. But anywho, I'm not gonna get into that. We're just talking about the Michi Carmen. Like, you're being divorced, sir. So again, I think both of them learned a lesson, just like when Carmen at the end of her statement was saying that she wants peace and she wants things to be private as she can. I really think her heart kind of dropped when things were starting to progress seriously. Like she said, she wasn't ready. And I think Michi respected that as a respectable man that he seems to always have come off on YouTube, especially as a person, and you know did his due diligence and moved on at this time the best way he could. So I don't understand anybody's back and forth between Carmen. It's okay. People make mistakes, and her feelings were going a little too fast, and she had to catch up. My brain had to catch up and be like, no, we gotta slow down because we're not ready. Respectfully. I understand, like, they did seem to have a lot of good bags going with the content, and it was looking quite cute, even though I didn't see all of it. But when I was doing my research, I was like, oh, that sucks things didn't work out. But, I'm hoping that, maybe it'll work back out. You never know. But I feel like if she did want to go back and try to pursue something, because it seriously was bad timing, I would like bow down and push, get back, like she said, be private, because social media is causing it to be worse than it really is. But Michi did say that he is going to be putting out a music video about his feelings, and other people are taking that as him still feeling sad about the situation. Let me tell you something about being an artist or being into music. I think that once he gets the music video out, because that's a self-expression to get it off his chest, once he gets that song off of his chest and gets it out there, that's when he'll be fully done with it. Because it's just like when you're journaling, or when you write lyrics, or when you are a producer and you make music, it gets all your feelings off of you, and you lay it out on the table and you're relieved. So he's just doing what artists do. He's turning that situation into a song. So, like, that life was really hard on him. Like, I hope you get over it. I'm like, I think he kind of is over it, to be honest. Not to any shade to Carmen or anything like that. I think he's handling as normal as possible. It's almost like people are acting like people can't have an emotion or feel some type of way when it's natural. Like, he's supposed to be so macho when all men have emotions just like any other woman. They just move and carry it differently. I said in my podcast, I just posted my podcast, Men versus Women, and I stated that women are more emotional than men. I really wish I said that they're just as emotional, and just in a different way. But it's already out there. It is what it is. I took so long, technical issues, trying to get that out there. I was like, look, all the editing and crap I did, I said, we're done. Shit. The podcast updated since I even created the darn account, and it was causing me issues just to even fully log into my account. I said, ain't this about it? I digress. I believe these two handled it very well with their emotions about where they were at that moment. Michi was wanting to pursue a serious relationship. She may have been checking all the boxes, but he had to be considerate of her feelings and where she's at in her process of her breakup, her divorce that is still pending. Michi, don't pursue her until she's done paperwork. Carmen was probably, he was checking all the boxes and things were looking good, but she was like, I emotionally am not ready, and I need to get myself together and have my own alone time for a moment, because she hasn't had it in a long time. And she wanted to build her brand and get things on her feet before she went and pursued a next serious relationship. So I think they both handled it very well. I don't know what the heck y'all are saying. Remember, you guys, you are beautifully, wonderfully made. Only you can make that change. I see you guys on the next video.